Hey. Good afternoon, folks. As you can see, I got my cowboy hat on today. It's gonna be a country western song sung today, but first I gotta tell you, I gotta get something off my chest. You ever had them customers, you know, that just difficult to deal with? Well, I've had one this morning, all morning. Lordy have mercy. Anyway, I'm just thankful to have a good job like I have. Just know you got to deal with folks sometimes that are not easy to deal with. Anyway, today's song is a country western song. It's a golden country song by a good artist. But this hat I got on, I got to tell you about this hat. This hat has stories. This hat has been worn by Keith Mosley. Keith Mosley is the bass player for a band called the String Cheese Incident. They're kind of I guess you could say a hippie band, but they were a jam band, bluegrass. They formed in the mountains of Colorado, I believe, out in Telluride. And they were just a bunch of ski bums that got together and made a band. They were pretty good, still good. But I wore this hat to a concert up in Asheville, North Carolina. Flipped the hat up on stage. Keith Mosley put it on top of his head and played an Allman Brothers song. It was bad. So that was like on a Saturday. Well, I went back down to Athens where I was going to school at UGA. And that Thursday night, they played the Georgia Theater in Athens. So at the set break, I made my way down to the front row, talked to the stage hand or whatever. And I told him the story about my hat, slipped my hat up there with a little handwritten note. I wrote in there, I said, "Hey, Mr. Mosley, my name's Clint Bice. I was up at your show in Asheville, by the way, awesome show. This is the black cowboy hat that you were wearing. Would you mind wearing it again this time? If you do, great. If you don't, that's fine. But make sure I get my hat back, because I like this hat." And he goes out, second set, looks down, reads the note. I'm right there in the front. He gives me one of them. I give him one back. He puts it on. Jams out. Gives him my hat back. So that's one story with the hat. This hat is also high-stepped it. Streaking. I shouldn't say streaking. I wasn't naked. I did have my shirt off. Down the sidelines of Sanford Stadium back in 2000, October 6, 2000, I believe the date was, when we beat Tennessee for the first time like in 8 or 9 years. The win was sealed by Tim Wansley, who's from Beaufort, Georgia, interception. He intercepted it, it sealed the victory. Everybody bum rushed the field, and everybody was real fired up. I ran around that field that night in this hat. Now that you know about the hat, let's get to the song. Today's song is "The Ride" by David Allen Coe. Here it comes. Yes. Yes. I was stumbling from Montgomery. I had my guitar on my back. When strangers came up beside me in an antique Cadillac. He was dressed like 1950, half drunk and hollow-eyed. Said, "It's a long walk to Nashville. Would you like to ride inside?" I sat down in the front seat and turned on the radio. Them sad old songs coming out of them speakers was solid country gold. Then I noticed the stranger was ghost white pale when he asked me for a light. And I knew there was something strange about this ride. He said, "Mister, can you make folks cry when you play and sing? Can you pay your dues? Can you moan the blues? Can you bend them guitar strings?" He said, "Boy, can you make folks feel what you feel inside?" Well, if you're big star bound, let me warn you, it's a long, hard ride. Woo. Then he cried just south of Nashville, and he turned that car around. He said, "This is where you get off, boy. I'm going back to Alabama." And I stepped out of that Cadillac. I said, "Mister, many thanks." He said, "You don't have to call me Mister. The whole world calls me Hank." He said, "Mister, can you make folks cry when you play and sing? And you paid your dues, can you moan the blues? Can you bend them guitar strings?" Said, "Boy, can you make folks feel what you feel inside?" Well, if you big star bound, let me warn you, it's a long, hard ride. He said, "Mister, can you make folks cry when you play and sing? Have you paid your dues? Can you moan the blues? Can you bend them guitar strings? Boy, can you make folks feel what you feel inside?" Well, if you're big star bound, let me warn you, it's a long, hard ride. Well, if you're big star bound, let me warn you, it's a long, hard ride. I like that part right there. Yeah, I like that part right there. That's it, folks. That's your sing along. That's what you call a country gold. And that's what you call it. Hope y'all enjoyed today's sing along. I may have got a little long-winded on the story of this hat, but I just thought it was appropriate. Thought you might need to know it. Hope everybody has a good weekend. I don't know what the weather's going to be like. It's going to be, I heard it's going to be good, it's going to be bad, good, bad. You know, the weather right now, weather patterns just changed, I mean, daily. It's crazy. But if it does turn pretty good, I'll try to do a little fishing maybe. Fishing's good. Bassmaster Classic is going on right now as we speak over at the Red River in Louisiana. I wonder how them boys are doing. Hope somebody's wearing them out. Anyway, have a good weekend, everybody. God bless you. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.